Hello, backpackers. This is Juan from Juan Backpacks, and I'm here today to talk to you about my plans, my backpacking plans for 2024. These are going to be kind of the three big goals I have this year for 2024 in terms of backpacking. There'll be other trips that I'm going to do, like some smaller trails. I love the Black Forest Trail in Pennsylvania. I'm definitely going to do that again. I'm also thinking about another kind of mid-range trail in Pennsylvania that I might be able to do in like 2 or 3 days. And so I'm thinking about that as well. Some 2, 3, 4 day trips, something like that. But there are three big things I planned for 2024, two of which I've done in the past year, and then one new one at the very end. So these are the things I'm planning for 2024, at least the big things. Number one is I'm going to enter the Allegheny 100 again. That's a fundraiser for the North Country Trail in Pennsylvania. We do 100 miles. I did 50 of those miles. There's a video about that in my YouTube channel. There's actually a few of them, and one video about why I didn't make it the 100 miles. And so my experience with that. So check that out. This year, I'm going to try to up the ante a little bit for myself personally and gun for 40 hours in the 100 miles, which means I'll probably have to do some jogging, some running, which I'm not opposed to doing. I like doing those things on the trail, especially since I'm fast packing. I use a Gossamer Gear Fast Pack. I have a really super light loadout that I use on these kind of short, long distance kind of things I'm doing. And so I'm looking forward to giving the Allegheny 100 a shot again and finishing that 100 miles this time. I need to finish. The second thing I have on my agenda for this year in 2024 is the Crucible Hike again. I've had so much fun with the Crucible Hike in the past 2 years. I did not finish due to injury the first year. This year I did finish. It's a 70-mile full through hike of the Uent Highlands hiking trail, and it raises money for the Veterans Leadership Programs out of northwestern Pennsylvania or western Pennsylvania. They run many incredible programs for the veterans there. I had a chance to speak to some of the veterans that actually work in the organization while I was hiking on the trail, because they were hiking along too. And it was great to hear all the things that they do for our veterans. And I really, really want to do that hike again and raise money for that great cause again. I love the challenge. I love the trail. It's a pretty rugged trail. And we're going to do 70 miles, like I said, in 2.5 days about. The first day, typically we do about 24 miles. The second day, we're doing 28 miles, and then we clean up the rest of the trail on the last day. I don't have anything in particular that a goal I'm shooting for, because the way that the Crucible Hike is done, everybody hikes the same miles every day, stops at the same campsites. They take care of us. They give us food. They have aid stations along the way that are fully stocked. This is like I said, this is just a fun, incredible event. And I always, I've loved it the last 2 years I've done it. And, I'm going to do that event until I can't do it anymore. And when Juan can't do it anymore, he gets too old or too decrepit, can't move, probably going to volunteer, to do some of the aid stations or something like that, because I just have a great time when I'm doing that. I'm looking forward to going back. So that's the second thing on my list this year. The third thing on my list is a pretty major through hike. Every year I try to do some major through hike. Now, obviously, I've got a job I've got to go to, so there are some limitations there. The longest period of time that I've been away from my job to do a through hike was in 2021. I did the John Muir Trail and took a whole month to do that at a very slow pace so that I could just kind of mosey through that. I've done the High Sierra Trail as well the following year in 2022. Last year in 2023, I did the Tahoe Rim Trail out in the Sierra. This year, I'm going to change some things up a bit. I absolutely love the Sierra, so this is hard for me to make this decision, or make the decisions I did. But I think this year, it's not totally locked in, because I've got other things I'm kind of hashing over with my time away from work and other issues, not issues, but other, variables, right? But if I can work this out, which I typically do, the last 5 years I've been able to work out all kinds of trips to the Sierra. I typically can work this out. I am probably more than likely 98% going to do the Uent Highline Trail this year in the Rockies. I've seen videos of this trail. I've talked to folks who have done the Uent Highline. I love the idea of being above tree line the majority of the time. I love my time above tree line in the Sierra. That's why I keep going back there. I've been to the top of Mount Whitney twice now in the past 3 years. So I'm really looking forward to doing the Uent Highline. I've got lots of planning to do yet. I've got a lot of logistics to do, some of which revolve around my work and when I'm going to be able to do this. Probably July-ish, something like that. Right now it looks like, but I'm going to be locking in some plans here within the next month or so. But I'm really looking forward to this. To be above tree line, to do the miles, it's close. I think it's around 100 miles total. I'll probably attempt to do it in somewhere between 5 to 7 days. I'm hoping that it'll be 7 days because I do want to slow down a bit to be able to do some fishing, but I could do it in 5 days if I needed to. But to me, 7 days seems more fun because I do want to take a little bit of time to enjoy my surroundings. And if I'm around 20 miles a day, I can finish that pretty early in the day and still have plenty of time in the evening to fish or to just sightsee or, take pictures, relax at camp or whatever. So again, I'm really looking forward to Uent Highline. I think it's going to be challenging. I think it's going to be fun. It's mostly above, I think most of the trails above 9,500 feet. So that's, definitely a draw for me. I love being above tree line, camping above tree line, existing above tree line. And so that will make me feel really good to be able to get out there and do the Uent Highline. So that is my third idea for this year in 2024, my 3 big ideas. Like I said, I will do other smaller trips as well, and you'll likely see loadouts and maybe, summaries of those hikes and so forth in Pennsylvania that I do. I may go down to the Smokies and do a trip as well, mainly to fly fish, so more like backpacking / base camping kind of deal. That's kind of a thought as well. But I'll keep you posted on my trips and the things I'm doing on YouTube here. And so until next time, backpackers, get out there, do some backpacking, get out there and do some hiking. Stop watching YouTube videos, unless they're mine, then watch them all from start to finish. Later, backpackers.